In a world with many similarities to our own, there lies two planets that are both experiencing societal turmoil. One of them, the planet Remus, there lies a town named Hazel that is on the outskirts of one of the busiest cities on the planet. While society is strained with cultural change, in this town, there are beings that no one has seen and struggle not to be found as time goes on. The following is the story of some of the people who end up finding them through no fault of their own. This is Hazeltown Story. Hello, we are back. Session of this arc. Although you probably don't see necessarily the session thing, but you know, basically one session's 2 episodes. So yeah, we're back on a different day for this is another session for us. So before we kind of get more into this, why don't I have our players?
Hi, I'm Carnival.
I am, of course, Deathmaster 780.
And I guess I'm TorpidTypist.
All right. So last time we started proper. So does someone want to explain what all happened last?
Sure.
All right.
So we got hired by Ashley Merrill, a member of Libra, to find a missing box containing something called Elysium. What is it? Who knows? Apparently nobody does. But it was stolen by Centauri and given to Cassiopeia for safekeeping, and they lost it. And that's where we came in to find it. And since that started, we found out apparently Centauri stole it from Cygnus, and apparently random members of Cassiopeia have been going missing. And that's basically everything.
Okay. Yep, that's pretty much what happened last time. Last time we ended at the end of a day. You had a meeting with 2 members of Cassiopeia, who kind of vaguely pointed that, mentioned that it was something that they saw, or like through the rumors, it was something that someone at Cassiopeia had, and then it got taken away, or it is no longer in their possession, and that there were some disappearances that are rumored to be tied to it.
Yeah, I left that meeting out of the recap because we learned absolutely nothing during it.
Yeah, but it was technically the last thing that I found. So, it is a new day.
Actually, about that,
Go ahead.
do you mind if we just kind of start where we left off? Because the thing where we were kind of doing would be more useful to start at night. I don't want to have to kill another day to get.
Oh, right, because it was technically it was actually after the short downtime, and now you have something you can do at night. So, let's start there. So what did you have in mind?
Well, last time it was Elmas and Bobby were going to go over to the Dancing Queen, which is where the box had been held.
Oh, right.
And Aravia was going to go shake down that random Cassiopeia member who knew way more than interviewed.
All right. So who wants to go first?
Oh no.
Your torpid thing would probably go faster, so...
Yeah.
It's simpler.
Yep. Okay. So you head over to the little Cassiopeia haunt, I guess. Didn't really establish where it was,
Some
but
loser's basement, I'm sure.
Possibly,
Or a shitty
yeah.
little dive. Actually, I more imagine a shitty little dive.
Yeah, it's some sort of club that kind of is in a nebulous use. That technically someone had it, but it's kind of no one's really going there.
Man, this place sucks. This place is lame as hell.
So you head back there, and there is a different set of people, but it's like maybe like 4 or 5 people hanging out. Like there's probably like someone attending to the place, but there's not a whole lot of people there.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna just bust in and go, "Hey friends, I'm back."
You see them the people kind of look at you and just kind of shrink a little bit and just try to avoid eye contact.
Came here earlier and happened to get some juicy info about Elysium, so I'd appreciate if you told me more of what you knew. Aravia slams, just knocks over a table.
Well, okay, so then in that case, do an action to get.
Yeah, okay, we'll do intimidate.
Okay, so you're going to intimidate. I will say that we'll have let's call that. Let's
Huge
call.
grin on her face as she just fucking slams that table over.
Let's call that. It's not exactly. It's not control. It's the risky. I keep on forgetting what's the order of like the priority, but it's. Let's
Limited,
call the.
Well, sorry. Risky, risky, desperate, risky, controlled. There we go.
Yeah, because it starts with.
In order of easiest to hardest, it's controlled, risky, desperate.
Yes. And then let's call it limited because. Yeah.
It's true, I'm not busting heads yet. Okay, so let's see.
I'm gonna assume that you're just gonna roll it straight.
Yeah, it's tragic that I don't have Welcome to the Gun Show. I really fucked that one up because we have no hard confirmation if it's supernatural or not. No guarantees on that. So yeah, let's just do flat.
Okay, 4614. Okay, you got it. It's a success. Okay, so you it successfully intimidated them of like they know like they are not going to get out of this. So one of the four, let's say it's like four around a table, and they're just kind of standing there like, okay, let's see. Hey, okay, what are you looking for, Elysium?
What are its ties to what was the other cult?
Cygnus.
Yeah, Cygnus.
God. Man, look, you're not gonna have to trust me on this. This is something I heard, but it's got pretty good. Like, this is technically secondhand information, but it got it from a decent source. Yeah, they are trying to keep it from. They stole it from Cygnus, but I actually, they weren't the original intent. The person who had it. It was actually Orion that had it first. And Cygnus was holding onto it.
Second hand. All right. Do you know where it was stolen from?
Nah, this was all someone brought it in one day and like had it. I guess managed to steal it from them somehow. But they were holding on to it and then kind of took it away at some point. No one knows exactly where it was, but it's not like as a group. It's someone's working on their own.
So do you know who got their greasy fingers on it? On your side of things?
On our side, no, because it just kind of showed up here as like a kind of the way our thing is. We got some regulars, and it was someone who wasn't a regular that brought it in.
Got any eyewitnesses from that day, or what?
Some of the normal, like some of like the younger college students, kind of would have seen it. Probably Piper saw it.
Piper, okay, good to know.
By that I mean the names. They rattle out a few names, and two of the names are the girls that you had the meeting with.
Oh, well, it's a shame those two were useless. I'd argue less than.
Well, that's kind of look. They're college girls. What do you expect?
Okay, first off, that's rude. All of you are fucking babies. Secondly, thanks for nothing. Ravi is just gonna knock over some more tables and leave.
Okay.
I got one piece of information out of it at least, but you know.
You got datum.
A singular data.
All right. So in that case, was it Bobby and Elmas are now?
Yep.
So where exactly are you? You're going
to the Dancing Queen.
Right. Okay. So you head to the Dancing Queen discotheque, which it is night, so it is like very active.
What songs are they playing at the moment?
I don't know.
Give me a second. I can find something.
Part of like gut reaction says ABBA, but I don't think that's right.
That's not wrong, actually.
It would also be very better if it was in fact playing Dancing Queen, but
no, we can do better.
ABBA's a little too old at this point.
Actually, technically, I think they would be new at this point.
Yeah, if it's.
What year's this supposed to be?
So it's give or take, like let's call it effectively 1980 in terms of.
Okay, oh, it's 1980, yeah.
Or 1975 to 1980, like give or take.
Okay, because
let's say
Dancing Queen is 75, 70. Yeah, it's 76. We'll say.
Okay,
and
let's say they're fancy, and let's say that they're Yellow Magic. Listen to I forgot what the album is, but it's Yellow Magic Orchestra, sure.
But yeah, ABBA was active. It was formed in 1972. They basically were active from 1972 to 1982, and then from 2016 to the present.
They're actually playing Mamma Mia. Regardless, it is bumping.
Bobby, upon hearing the music, just shakes his head in disgust.
So does Elmis.
What has music become to these days?
This isn't even a good ABBA song.
This isn't even good music.
But you get it there. It is rather busy. So, did you have any ideas for what you wanted to do?
Yeah, it's getting there. So Bobby turns to Elvis and says, I've been hearing rumors that you've been working on some new tech. Surveillance drones?
Elmis brings out a couple of them, prototypes. Yes?
How mobile are they?
Oh, they can't fly yet, right?
I don't even think they're... Actually, are they even mobile? I don't think they're even mobile. I think it's just the camera bit.
Okay, yeah, it's just the camera. We're working on that. We're working on it. I just got the camera. Materials are a bit expensive.
I can imagine. Oh, do you think you could sneak some around the club? Key places, specifically the entrances to the basements and the door to the club?
Also, to interject specifically, what you have made is the magic detector, which is simply just detects when magical presence is within 15 feet.
Okay, we didn't finish the other clock at the end.
I know, because drones in all uppercase, it has about half of its clock.
Okay. In that case, like, I'm working on them. Don't have them ready for production yet, but I have these magic detectors.
Well, hopefully that'll work for us. Why don't you pop around the club, see if you can discreetly take some readings. I'll go have a chat with the manager.
All right, we'll do that.
If you are going to plan something, you are going to need to actually roll that.
That's fine.
Do you want to do that first, or who wants to go first?
Carnivals would probably go quicker.
Actually,
yeah, I'm gonna roll. Sorry, I was grabbing something. But...
Okay, so what role or what action are you planning on taking?
I need to look, but I feel like that this is an interface or tinker.
Okay, so if you're just focusing on getting like a proper reading, it is a busy club, so you have a little bit of like someone doing something. Like, how exactly are you planning on doing it?
So if we're trying to get the entrance and the exits, Elvis is just gonna pop on by like and put some of them, like, they're like coin size, so just put some near the door, and then in the exit, I mean near the basement door, I'm sure there's like some booths there that she's just gonna like leave in the seat cushion.
Okay, so the thing I would say to that is this is a club that is fairly active. You have bouncers for certainly in that club. So that is going to be, if you're just going to like just very blazingly just kind of place it and trying to get a good angle, then that is going to be at least risky, if not desperate. But your effect would be great. Though, go ahead.
Also, don't worry about the basement just yet. Bobby's working to gain access there.
Okay, then if it's just the front doors.
Especially since the bouncers would be very like looking at people near the entrance, trying to get an eye on people. It would be much harder to get through that, or trying to do that just rather blazingly. So I would say, with interface, it's going to be risky at least. If you did want to try and do it a little bit more sneakily, you might have an effect, but you might not get a great placement.
Let's go. Let's be bold here.
Okay. Let's say it's risky, and then your effect is going to be standard.
Okay, I'm going to take 2 to push. Since I'm using Tinker, that'll be 4 die.
Okay. You take... Is it 1 stress or 2 stress?
2 stress for 1 die.
Okay. So for the record, you are at... Oh my god, we have so many tabs. So you're at... you're at 11 stress out of 13?
Yes.
You just rolled Okay, 5433. So you have a mixed success. Do I tell you first if you wanted to resist that in the full, or do...
I get the consequence first, and I get to decide if I want to resist or not.
Okay. I would say the cost of it is that you place it, but they notice that you're doing something weird. Not necessarily that you're like what you're placing, but it's like they're noticing you're kind of like looking at something. So if you want to resist that, go for it.
You know what? I'll take them noticing me, so I can go over to, there's a bar. I can just, I don't know. Elvis will buy a strawberry daiquiri.
Well, I was gonna say they notice you and approach.
Oh, okay. Sure. Let them approach.
Okay. So one of the bouncers just comes in and is like, did you lose something?
Yeah,
Like
Elvis.
they are looking as well, kind of looking to see anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, Elvis is gonna just say, "Yeah, I dropped my phone here," and pats around on the ground, around just in areas where the things aren't, and just looks around and kind of just looks around to see phone and tries to like stealthily put it there so that they can see that she's trying to get her phone.
Okay. It's like, okay. They kind of like are like okay, but they still have like a minor bit of
All right, at that point, Elvis is gonna go buy a strawberry daiquiri to try and reduce suspicion.
like their suspicion is more like, okay, who is this person, unless this person is doing something weird, or this person's doing something. It's more this person's kind of weird than this person is kind of shady.
Perfect.
Okay, so DM.
All right. Bobby will walk up to the manager's office and knock on the door.
You hear trying to think how it was. Let's say that there is a person that is by let's say there's a person, like there is a guard that is by the door, or at least going to, like, because the manager's office is like in a second floor, so you'd have to get past there's a guard that's kind of just standing there, or like a bouncer that's standing in the way.
All right. I guess Bobby will walk up to the bouncer and say, "Howdy, friend. I'm here to see the manager."
The bouncer kind of looks at you as like, you got an appointment?
Nope. He hands him one of his business cards and says, "Gives it to him. Tell him I'm with loss prevention from the scales department. He'll know what that means."
The bouncer kind of looks at it as like, scales department, what is that?
If you don't know, then it's not for you to know, friend.
He just kind of looks at the card and just says, all right, you stay there, give me 5 seconds, give me a bit.
Of course.
Okay, then the bouncer goes upstairs, hands him the card, and just kind of, like, there's like 30 seconds, it's not like too long, and then the bouncer comes back down and is like, all right, Ember is there in his office.
Thank you, sir. And Bobby heads on up.
Also, question for me okay, good. It was like, did I remember to save information about that NPC? The answer is yes. All right. So you go up the stairs. It is an office that is overlooking the club, and in there you see what are you? You see a man, a Lynx man, that's just sitting at his desk. That just kind of looks at you and is like, all right, well, what are you after?
Bobby extends his hand and says, "Howdy, friend. I'm sure as you surmise from the business card, I'm Bobby."
Yes, forgive me for being a little bit to the point, but what business do you have here?
Business of Elysium, sir. And the fact that you don't have it anymore.
He just kind of pauses for a second. It's like, I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, but you do, friend. As you said, things are kind of in a rush here.
Wait, doesn't Bobby have an ability that lets him know if someone's lying to him?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it does not go off.
Well, that's not great for this guy.
Um,
Bobby just looks down and says, "All right. You know, your friend, you work with Cassiopeia, correct?
yes.
You store some of their heavenly materials in your basement?"
Yes.
All right. Did you happen to know they were storing an item they had stolen from Cygnus down there?
Okay, is that what Elysium is? Okay. I do remember hearing that someone was using my place as a place to store that, but unfortunately I don't know exactly what it was.
Hmm. And did you know that it's currently missing?
From what I've been in the basement, I do not see anything weird, so assuming yes.
Well, that's what I'm here about. Your mutual friends in Libra asked me to investigate.
Well,
And this place was where it was last seen.
Well, I remember hearing that I remember hearing something about someone storing something here. Apparently, it was bouncing between a few places. My place, of course, had to be one of them. That being said, I don't know exactly what it was. Kind of from what I kind of keep that part, like the actual. I keep an eye on what they keep down there, but it's not something like I'm not down there when they're down there. I'll occasionally pop into a meeting or so, but I'm more got to keep it up here so that, you know.
Bobby just told the business you don't need to explain it to me, so I know all about that. But
No.
would you mind showing me to the basement?
Sure. Yeah, I guess there's no real harm, I guess. It steps up and just goes on and is like, all right, let me come with you. I'll go ahead and wave the guard so that, I'll wave the bouncer pass.
All right, lead the way.
He kind of leaves and also leaves kind of making sure that he's by you.
All right. And yeah, as they walk, I assume they have to go through the dance floor to get there.
I would say the basement door is somewhat close by. Like the basement, it's like if you go down the stairs from the office, like it's probably maybe across the way.
All right, well, as they're crossing the way, Bobby will wave at Elmas.
All right.
Okay. So, you go down into the basement. And there's like storage for it's a basement and it's mostly made for storage. There is a bunch of stuff there. As you're kind of walking by, Ember just kind of points at things and is like, I can show you the stuff that was Cassiopeia, but it's not going to be real. Like, I'd assume that if you're really with Libra, then you're not going to. I can show you what we got, and I kind of got a idea of what they have. But last time I was here or checked, which was like this afternoon, it was just kind of stuff that we've kind of had been known quantities. I don't think anything really super out of the ordinary was here.
Just point it out for us, so my associate here points at Elmas. Gonna go have a look.
Sure. Yep.
Okay. So it kind of points out like it's mostly in a corner. It's in the boxes to make it like obscure it so that it looks like it's like equipment for like the club. But inside, from a cursory glance, as you look at it's packets of various pills, like materials. But it's just like it's packaged. It's stored neat. It kind of is clear what everything is, at least at a cursory glance.
Like nothing hard. Just probably like what, marijuana.
There's pills of various kinds that are not like they're labeled, but they're not. You have no idea what the chemical composition of it is.
Okay, but like it definitely seems to be more like hallucinogenics, downers. Nothing like.
It's the kind of stuff that you'd expect. It's
Okay.
Given their obsession with expanding consciousness and all that.
It's dissociatives and it's psychedelic.
It's just the getting high stuff. Nothing super interesting, Bobby.
Even so, break out one of your scanners and have a look-see.
All right. Well, I bring out the magic scanner and see what we get.
Okay. I think about how something should work. So, just to clarify what you had in mind for your magic detector, is it something that it's a yes, no, or is it a scale? Like, are we talking like an EK? Are we talking like an EK or like a meter of like detecting presence, or are we talking like a straight up yes, or like binary yes, no?
For the little tripwire things, they're like a binary yes, no.
How sensitive did you make them?
We defined that. I figured they're like, since they're designed to be stuff that's like, they're probably very sensitive given that they're supposed to be like stuff that you would put into a room that like a bug. So.
So would that be more or less sensitive?
More sensitive.
Okay. So as you're kind of like, because I take it, are you just kind of just holding it up and you're just kind of seeing if it goes off or not?
Yeah.
So you kind of are like looking, you're kind of like moving it over, and you see that there's like a in one of the boxes, you're moving stuff around, and then as you, let's say it's like 3 boxes, you're kind of going through them, and as you're poking it, you kind of like, as you're moving stuff around, you notice that as you point it at the bottom of one of the boxes, or like one of the sides of it, you notice that the thing trips like very, like it's almost flickering. Like it is an incredibly faint signal. Like it is just enough that it's like it's detecting, but it's like not staying.
Okay, so yeah, we're
Which actually, in
getting
hindsight, I should have made you action roll for that, but you're getting a freebie, I guess.
yeah. But so we're getting some like real slight readings here.
Bobby will walk over and knock on the box.
If you're just knocking on it, you're not like, nothing seems to shift. Now that I actually caught that, I should have action rolled that. If you want to get further in, you're going to need to action roll that.
Sure. Do you want to roll a DM or should I go for it?
Sure, I'll roll. I haven't rolled so far.
Okay, so what action do you want to take?
Investigate.
Okay. It's controlled because there wouldn't be, and the effect is, I'm gonna say, limited, simply because you're not exactly sure what you're looking for. Or were you looking for something in particular?
Investigating this box.
Okay, I'm gonna say limited because you're just kind of looking at vague, like something.
All right.
That is 2 ones. That is an absolute failure. You do not find anything. You can roll to resist that if you want.
No.
Which also, by the way, you should mark experience for
Cunning.
Yeah.
All right. Done.
Okay. So you don't find anything looking at the box.
Bobby says, well, I can't find anything. Back to you, Elmus. He walks back over to Ember.
All right, I guess. Could I try a tinker roll then?
Tinker in what way?
Like, just like seeing if there's like any like screws or things to like pull apart, or
for tinkering, I'd say that would be, it's controlled, but it'd be very limited because I don't know. It's a Tupperware box that just has stuff in it.
Wait, it's just Tupperware. Then why just open it?
Well, yeah. I figured if you were just like poking around in there, like if you were like looking at the stuff that's in like.
Should have led with the Tupperware.
Oh, okay. That's what I had in mind. Like it's not like a crate that needs to be opened. It's just it's just a storage box.
Oh, in that case, yeah, we're just gonna open it and look inside.
Okay. In that case, I would say what you would try to do is probably just investigate.
All right.
If you just investigate, it's like controlled, and I'll say, since you're just kind of, because I thought you were looking at like some sort of like weird mechanism, but yeah, just call it the controlled normal or controlled standard.
All right.
Okay, 4 and 6. Okay. As you kind of are looking at like inside the box, you kind of take stuff out. As you kind of are looking at the area where it was, that you take everything out and you kind of shift the box. And as you kind of are like looking at it, you see something that looks like a residue of some sort. And you take it out, like you look at it, you kind of just do the thing where you kind of press your finger against it and kind of just look at it. And to you, it just kind of seems like dirt. But you kind of poke at it with the magic sensor again and find that, yeah, it is actually the same thing that was causing the signal to go weird.
Okay, so we got some weird magic dirt. Okay.
Previous episodes of Hazeltown Story can be found at bekindrewind.hazel.town or radio.hazel.town. If you would like to know more about the universe and have an interest in video games, you can watch LoloDePuzlo's Journal, our sister show, that can be found at theater.hazel.town or bekindrewind.hazel.town. If you would like to keep up to date with Lolo, you can follow them at cohost or BlueSky at LoloDePuzlo. There is also a Discord server in which you can potentially catch episodes being recorded live at club.hazel.town. Thank you for listening to Hazeltown Story. I welcome you to come back for more.